There's been shocking allegations that have come out against Diddy in some of these civil suits, and of course, Diddy has completely denied all of it, and even insulted and said horrible things about the alleged victims in some of these cases, either before settling or after settling, or just flat out denying that any of these things are ever true whatsoever. It's all a witch hunt. They all want to get his money. And then the video comes out of Cassie being beat at the Intercontinental Hotel in the hallway. And what we saw in that video pretty much describes word for word exactly what was in her civil suit that was settled. And then, of course, Diddy has to kind of own up to something. And here's what he said.
I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
He's disgusted then. He's disgusted now. That didn't really feel like a man who was ever really disgusted. It feels like he kind of got caught.
Yeah, he got caught. And I mean, so a couple things in there. First, I think how accurately the video portrayed the testimony that the victim had gives a lot of credibility to every other victim.
Exactly.
Huge, huge. In other words, there's no, there's no inflation of truth or exaggeration. It was very spot on.
It was.
Him there in that video, there's been a lot of analysis by a lot of different people on it. I keep things very, very simple. I think what he's saying is true. And I think he just gave a full admission of guilt for everything he's ever done.
Yeah. Without thinking he was
said,
doing
"Yeah,
it, though.
I
I don't think he consulted an attorney before that video. At least if he
No,
did.
that's why I said that video is really damning, isn't it? He just said, "Yep, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad guy. I went to counseling, went to therapy." And the interesting thing is, I'm not asking for forgiveness. Huh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you ask for forgiveness? But okay, I get it. You're trying to own your own behavior after you got caught.
Caught. Yeah.
But you just completely admitted that you're a bad person and did all those things.
That's my thought on the whole damn thing. Like this video, that his apology that I think he thought was going to garner him some sort of sympathy or understanding is going to be one of the bigger nails in the coffin. Because you're exactly right. It pretty much validates all the other accusations, at least in Cassie's suit, for being accurate. But if you look at the other cases, all filed separately, all different people, all different situations, they all accuse him of the same sort of behavior. He's got a thing for stomping on women. We saw that in the video. We see that in most of these other cases and other horrible things that he does.
The interesting thing also is I'm always looking at the focus of the words.
Mhm.
Are the focus of the words on self or on others?
Mhm.
Because those that are in service to others, the focus, and we've said this with Diddy before.
Yeah.
He said he's donated a lot of money to charity or he's done a lot of good things for others. But in all his statements are, look what I've done, look what I've done, look what I've done.
Yeah.
In this case, too, did he focus on the victim and how he wronged the victim? It was atrocious how I treated you. You didn't deserve this kind of things in your life. I broke your trust. In other words, there was not one mention of her. It was me, 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 me. Look at me, poor me, poor me, poor me. So
Yep.
again, the self-centeredness focus of even an apology where you're not even acknowledging what you inflict on others, but only in terms of yourself, that just kind of shows where the balance of the dichotomy between self and others is.
I think he's one of the extreme narcissist types where he's incapable of feeling remorse, empathy. he knows like it probably should be there. I think he's smart enough to, again, to read the tea leaves of society and what people are looking at and going, oh, they want me to feel this way, so I better kind of pretend I feel this way. But if you truly don't feel that way, you're never going to come across as being authentic.
Now I'm gonna give a little twist here to it that I think that not everyone might like, and that is I his be his response to observing himself in those behaviors. I think he was he was accurate in how he loathed himself from seeing it,
Mm-hmm.
but he only saw it in those moments. So I think he had enough self awareness to actually see the truth and not deny what he saw in himself, and he didn't like it.
Yeah.
Um, but he's still self-centered. He still can't get over it. But again, he seemed to really accept what he saw as, I'm a horrible person.
Mm-hmm.
Because he really seemed to understand the context when it was thrown in his face. But boy, it took a lightning bolt in the face to kind
Yeah.
of be forced to see it. As he admitted total guilt to all his behavior with every human being.
He did in
Really
that
sad.
moment of making that video, but it's a narcissistic injury, and we know that they
In
can't.
that
Yeah.
moment. Oh, I
In
love
that.
that. A
Yep.
narcissistic injury. In that moment.
In that
One
moment.
little micro
So in
moment.
that micro moment, he may have done exactly what you just said. But that video was released a couple weeks ago now. I'm guessing he's probably found ways of justifying it in his mind
Well,
to survive mentally.
so here's the narcissistic moment from it is that he believed it in that moment, but because the way his mind works, I made amends through this video. I'm good
Yep.
to go now.
Yep.
We've moved on. Why
I
can't we move on?
I
Why
said
can't
I'm
we move on? I
sorry.
said I'm
Everybody
sorry.
just has to accept it. Yep.
Right.
And then if you don't, well, what's then I'm right. Yeah. It's just classic behavior.
And to him also in the way his again, not his mind necessarily because I don't know his mind, I
Yeah.
don't know him, but in general minds like this, they see themselves as the victim in this,
Mhm.
and they don't regard the law. To them is a strange thing because it's not the law, it's the Diddy way or
Yeah.
my way, because they have life reps for long periods of time of the entire world going along with the Diddy way.
Yep.
So law, what law? Law, law, law,
Yeah.
law. Who's heard of
It's a
law? I
mere
mean,
suggestion to them.
yeah.
Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Brueski, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.